Oh my God, what's your warranty? We've got a lifetime warranty on our workmanship. What's your warranty? We're just going to video this little section. We're trying to get a diff filler plug out. You can't see a lot of what's going on. It's mainly descriptive. Now, the plug's butchered. There's no reason for the diff filler plug to be butchered, but it is. We've got it in as much as we can. The tool, I've got a quality 10mm tool there. It's in. We've hammered it, trying to get it in further, all that sort of thing. So we're going to do our best. And it's a 381 is all we could fit in there. Spraying it now, bit extra spray. Right, we've done everything we can possibly do before this gets butchered. So now what we're going to do to make it a bit easier, because it's 3/8 drive, is add a bar onto the ratchet to give a bit easier leverage. Right, and it obviously allows us to apply more force more quickly. Rather than pushing on a ratchet and wobbling it around and losing it, we can have one hand on the back of the ratchet, keeping it pushed in, and one hand on the long bar, and mate, that's all we can do. So mate, go ahead mate, risk it for the biscuit. We've done everything we can do. It's in an awkward position, these Hilux filler plugs. It's a bit like an athletic thing, isn't it? The Olympics, where you're going and you're sort of getting ready to, I'd also just go for it, just give it. That's it mate, beautiful, well done. And that's how we roll in the Prada Hospital. Now, I'll get on to what this video was about. And it's about our warranty, because a lot of people probably are interested to know. We do provide a lifetime warranty. Sounds pretty exciting, doesn't it? So let me give you all the details. This is the way I look at it. If we make a mistake or do something wrong, and you don't find out about it for 2 months, or 8 months, or 18 months, or 3 years, or even 4 or 5 years or longer, if it's definitely a mistake we've made and something we've done wrong, we should fix it. We need to pay for it, right? That's what I believe anyway. If I make a mistake, if I've done something wrong or incorrectly that's caused damage that happens later down the track, then it's my fault. Why should there be a time limit on that warranty? So that's how we roll. I just want to let you know, mate, for your own privacy, your hand's in the picture, but that's about it, right? So as long as you don't stick anything else, you're in business, right? So I got my assistant here on the job. We're doing this. So I'll tell you what we're doing. So we've got a Hilux here, and it's all very important information, and this is why that warranty is limited. I'm going to give you some more information. I'm pretty sure that some of, if not all, our full before diesel workshop partners would be about the same on this warranty. Now, I'm not telling you the parts have got a lifetime warranty. That's not the case. The parts warranty is whatever the manufacturer provides, okay? Because we don't make the parts, right? Now, all the genuine Toyota parts we use, generally we don't have any problems with anything new. The good news is, because we use a lot of them, we can identify problems before you use those parts usually and stuff like that. And because we use a lot of them, we'd hope that we get a pretty good service from our suppliers. But what's more important is you didn't deal with our suppliers. So if your vehicle or parts are genuinely under warranty, then you can expect some pretty awesome service on replacement. But you need to have done the right things, and that's what I mean. If we do an injector replacement job, and you take it somewhere else for a service, and they open up the fuel lines at 40,000, check the valve, guess what? You voided your warranty. We didn't touch it last, sort of thing, if you know what I mean. And we'll be able to tell if there's a problem, and we go back in there, we'll know if somebody else is working on it. So I don't think you'll be able to hide that. So rest assured, the warranty's good, but also rest assured that if someone's been in there and messed with it, we'll also be able to tell. And it's not the blame game. We're gonna try and blame someone else. It's just quite simply, we do the job right. And when you do the job right, you don't have any issues. Okay, so what we're doing here, just quickly, we're draining the front diff oil. We're removing the drive shafts. So the story goes, he had a problem with drive shafts, so he got them replaced. Of course, aftermarket was the cheaper option. I'm not going into why he used aftermarket, but I'm just telling you it's a cheaper option, and that catches a lot of people. But is it really cheaper? Because this is a case of poor man pays twice. So what's happening now is those aftermarket shafts have failed. We've had difficulty removing. We've only got one cup out. I've just loosened it a moment ago. I'm going to bring it over into the picture. My assistant is working on getting it out now. It's loose, but it's not out. So if you want to do just get the hammer, mate, and give it a bit of a tap out, or whatever you want. And I'll get it out and I'll show you. So what's happened is the drive shafts failed. We've only got what I call the cup in the diff at the moment to keep the diff seal, and the outer section was in to hold all the wheel bearing together. So there was no actual drive shaft there. It was a 3-wheel drive, if you like, not a 4-wheel drive. But what I noticed was, A, we're having difficulty getting it out, and then looking at the outside of it. Mate, can you just bring that over here? If you come and stand there. Don't worry about the few oil drips, just don't get on the camera. Just spin it around, and let's just have a look at the other, because it's been hammered in. Just show them quickly, just bring that up to about here somewhere. Go up a bit more, slowly, that's it. All right, that's enough, you can have a look at that. It looks like it's been hammered in, which is maybe why it was difficult to get out. And this is what I'm talking about. Aftermarket stuff is often it's been copied, right? And the manufacturer quality might not be that good. Do you want to show them the inside one as well? Yeah, so they've cut it off, you can't, yeah, so just up there again. There's the inside, that's the outer joint, right? That's what's in there, so you know they've cut it, it's failed, they've cut it off, whatever the case. Obviously in here is obviously all cactus. There's balls in there, right? So, all right, let's get rid of that. The point is, the genuines last the longest, and if you have a problem with a genuine, don't be poor man pays twice, just put a genuine back in. It's up to you if you want to spend your own time, if you've got time, and do a repair and change boots, whether you use new or aftermarket. I've mentioned before, I have for R&D, R&TU, I have used the aftermarket boots. I've used a brand from Bursons called Motor Gear, which is cheap. I think it cost me about 25 bucks a boot. And there is actually one of those boots on a drive shaft in our 120 Prado that last time I saw it is still looking good, and it's been in there for many years. Well, it's only been in the car for a few years, but it's been on the shaft. That shaft I recoated and had aside for a spare years ago, maybe 2014 or 15. And at the moment, as far as I know, the boot still looks good. So I personally wouldn't pay the 150 bucks or so, whatever it is, for that boot kit from Toyota. It's just, the price is too high. I'd rather just spend the money and get the whole shaft, save yourself the labor, the time, the mucking around, and that's what we do here generally. What this job is luckily he was smart enough to keep his original shafts. So what we've done for him, we don't normally do, but what we've done is we've swapped. So he kept the original shaft, the original one that had a slight hole in one of the boots with no contamination. We've done a bit of a rebuild on that. You may have seen that in another video or not. I can't remember if we videoed it or if I put it out or not. It might be out already, it might be yet to come. So subscribe, turn the bell on, hit the like button, all that sort of thing. And we go through the steps of sort of what's involved in changing those boots. So what we did, we got a good, genuine boot that we had off an old shaft, cleaned it all up, you know, cleaned it up, put new grease, put it back together, and we're putting the original shaft out of this vehicle back in the passenger side over that side, because that's where it came from, no damage. So the original one will go back in, and the original one at this side that had an inner boot that I think had a really small hole, we've put a good boot off another shaft of a vehicle not as old, a genuine one, and the original shaft with new grease on the inner joint will go back in here. So we'll be back to the original shafts. I don't believe they've done a heap of Ks, and these ones obviously been in for a while, so back to getting the other half of the life out of the original ones. If there's any further problems with this vehicle, it'll be just putting two new, brand new, genuine shafts in, because that's what we recommend. And that's why we offer a lifetime warranty, because using those parts, I'm very confident, and with the right workmanship, you're just not going to have any issues. So my point is, if it's our mistake on the labour side, so it doesn't cover the parts. If there's a problem with the part after 2 years, it doesn't mean you get your labour for free. It's if the part caused the problem, the labour isn't covered. It's unfortunate, but that's how it works in Australian consumer law and all this crap. You can go and buy whatever you want from, you can buy a TV from JB, you can spend hours picking it up, installing it, and then have to remove it. You can't claim your time or anything like that. Well, maybe, I don't know, if you read Australian consumer law, it says anything reasonable you can claim. But then if you go to these suppliers, you can go to Repco for aftermarket parts, you can go to Toyota, whatever you like, you generally won't be able to claim labour. Now, I'd love to be able to help you out with the labour side of it, but you tell me what we do. Should I charge everybody an extra 30% so that we've got some money there, so that one day when we have a problem, which we don't, so I'm charging money for nothing, I'd be doing the wrong thing is how I feel about it. I'd be charging extra money, and we don't do that. We charge good rates, and when I say it's good for everyone, because we get paid the right money to do the job right, so that you don't have any problems, right? That's what we want. That's key, that's the first thing. But we don't charge extra for, if there's a problem with this drive shaft and we have to change it again. So a couple of things can happen. We can either change it for free, if you think we should work for free because Toyota's part failed, 1 in 1 million, whatever it's going to be, I don't know. Or you can go, wow, you know, that's amazing. So you've never had that before, whatever. Okay, so I understand that, you know, you've paid for the part, you've paid for the labour. This time maybe we can get the part replaced, maybe we can't. If it's under warranty, hopefully, but the labour's not covered generally. So obviously we'll work out a deal for you because, you know, we do care and that shouldn't happen, all that sort of thing. We'll just deal with that at the time. The warranty that's unlimited, I want to be clear, is anything that we've done, that we were the last to touch, right? That, you know, we are responsible for, right? And it's fairly obvious. You know, I don't know if I can give you a really good example. I'll go to the injector job before we finish up this video because we're about done. You know, say we did the injector job and just say, I don't know, something fell out of the sky or whatever, I don't know, a rock, or let's just pretend there was a lump of carbon or soot and somehow, somewhere off a rag, it got flicked and fell, and something fell down the injector port after we'd finished cleaning, or, you know, assuming that we cleaned properly, you know, maybe we're pretending we cleaned them all properly. Let's say we just didn't clean it properly, or we cleaned it properly and something mistakenly fell in there. That's our responsibility to check and make sure it's right. And I'm sure you'd understand that, geez, that was a bizarre one. That rock came, you know, like a comet out of the sky when we weren't looking, and it landed in that, you know, and after we'd checked it, we dropped the seats down there, we'd check again, and, you know, we may, you know, is it our, I don't know if that's even our mistake, but at the end of the day, if something's in there, we're going to take responsibility. That's our job, to make sure it's clear to the best we can, and that's what we do. So if that's not done right, and that causes blow by 6 years later, okay, now I say a lifetime warranty as far as time goes. I guarantee our injector job, injector seats, to not leak for 120,000 kilometres, which you'll find is better than any other workshop in the world. And if there's someone that warranties better than that, let me know about it, because then I'll go in competition and up our warranty. But look, 120, if the job's done by us or factory, I will guarantee that they will not leak using the right procedures, genuine parts and all that sort of thing. Got to tell you another little story. I won't name the dealer, but I was in there getting some injector bits and pieces the other day. I needed some stuff quickly, and I was having a bit of a chit chat, and I said, oh, you know, can you, it was a bit of a test, can you give me the torque specification for injectors and a couple other torque specs? He says, yeah, no worries, mate, you know, I'll just get it for you. He goes out to one of the head technicians and has a conversation, comes back to me and says, mate, okay, this is the go. We've been doing them that long, we don't need to use torque specifications, okay? But, you know, just don't over tighten them because you can break bolts. So they'd obviously had experience. So if you over tighten, you can break bolts. I've never broken a bolt. I've always used torque specifications. I've never even seen a broken bolt, but I've heard of it, okay? So this is probably why. Learning the hard way. Why learn the hard way? The torque specifications are there. It's not just about not doing over tightening so you don't break the bolt. It distorts the injector, and, you know, you're talking about microns of clearance inside there. You're just going to mess with the operation of the injector. So anyone that doesn't do the job right, and there's plenty of them, including Toyota dealers, because the evidence was given to me from one of the dealers that I would trust the most, right, that they don't use torque specifications. So they didn't know what they were, and not only didn't they know, that they don't do it because they've been doing that long, or that many of them, they don't need to. Now, I've got to tell you, I could do it without tools and do a pretty darn good job, but I'm not doing it that way. And that's not what's going to get you your lifetime warranty. So injector seats, 120,000 Ks, they won't leak. Lifetime warranty on workmanship, I'm going to say 10 years. So if it's done 80,000 Ks and it gets to 10 years, I think you need to reseat those injectors, maybe 12. Keep watching the videos to get your best indication of what our recommendations are. And there's always new information coming. Things change. That's why you subscribe, turn the bell on. This was mainly to tell you about our warranty. We're just doing a bit of work on this Hilux here, so we're going to get this other shaft out, swap them over. Happy days. Hopefully you liked it. So yeah, what's your warranty, guys? In the comments, all the people in the trade that are watching, any of our workshop partners who happen to watch this, probably could be wise to have a reply, but they're obviously that busy, they don't actually watch all the videos anyway, like a lot of people don't. So, you know, that's a bit of a conundrum, that, isn't it? Because they often also actually miss out on this sort of information. And if I said, hey Marty, what are you going to do lifetime warranty on your work? Initially he's probably going to go, hey, what are you, you know, that's crazy, no. But when you explain it the way I'm talking about, so if I said to him, if you made a mistake 4 years ago, and we can look at the job and it comes back, it's got a problem, I don't know what it is, it's got blow by, it's an injector job, it's got blow by, and we can look at it and we pull the injectors out and we and you can see and agree, wow, look at that rock, that comet under the washer. How did that get in there? But he's going to go, yeah, that was our fault, whatever. And I'm confident that he'd say, mate, we're going to sort this out, you know, no charge sort of thing. Now, if the parts are to blame, then obviously the parts, and if they're out of warranty, you need to pay for the parts again. You need to pay for the labour again. We didn't make the parts. I've explained it best as I can. That's our warranty. We're out of here. Subscribe, bell on. I could spend more time, but people complain about more time. Maybe some more videos. Subscribe, catch up. Thanks for watching, guys.